Hello there. We are going to be starting a ligature logo, and what I have right now is just an N and an A that I'll be working with. This is the default Myriad Pro typeface. Pick something else besides this. This one is boring. You can class this up with some serifs. This is a serif typeface over here, or this one. This is a more scripty typeface. If you'd like to download something, you also can do that. But what I'll be doing with this is I want to kind of place this so there's some overlapping going on and the edges are working well. You know, the edges are going to matter with this one. So you might be okay with this little edge. I was not okay with this. We can use some adjustments for that. And if I can pick something new if I want to. This is kind of classy. Maybe this one has a little serif thing on it. Yeah, I kind of like that move as well. We'll start with these kind of ones. So I have a couple different ways of these to interact with each other. And what I want to do is make outlines on them. So both of these, we're going to go to Type, Create Outlines, and it shouldn't have a line below them. These will actually be able to be shape built at this point. If I hit Command Y, the same tool we use with Blob Brush. So if you hit Command Y, text that does not have outlines will be dark colored. If you have outlines, it'll be kind of just a shell of it, like you see in these two at the top. That would be the good version. Now, what's happening with these is we are just going to select them both, shape build, and we'll zoom in here so you can see it. But I'm going to kind of connect these together. And you can kind of decide, do I want to, maybe I eliminate this little section? That would be kind of cool. This one's going to turn into its own area. This one's going to turn into its own area. And now this is one full shape, just like we shape builder together. If I wanted to, I kind of want to move this down a little bit more. Like something like this almost. Yeah, I kind of like that look. This can be shape buildered as well. As long as they overlap, you can shape build them. So I kind of like the way this looks. Before you get inside Illustrator, you also have your sketches to work with, so I would definitely work with them, kind of in placement. So things that are going on, if I remember, this does not have outlines on it. It has a white line below here. We're going to create outlines. I'll grab my shape builder and I'll build some of these shapes. I don't like this little piece, so we're going to get rid of that spot. Some fonts will actually have little connections here, so you'll have to shape build them as well. So do watch out for that, especially like script typefaces do that a lot. And if you can see any weirdness here, you also can adjust that. So I could undo, I don't know if you noticed it, there's a little section right here I don't really like as much. I can adjust this line, or I could just remake it so that I do in fact like how it's set up. So we're going to do a couple different things with these. The first one, let's just change the fill color. So I'm able to change the fill color just on them all. And I'm also going to add a couple different strokes to this. Right now this has a group inside of here. If I double click on this and then click on it, notice how this says compound path. That's kind of what I want. And the little palette I'm in is called the appearance palette. And we're going to use this to add several different strokes to this thing. So because I double clicked, I'll show you this again. I clicked on it once and it said group. When I double clicked it and then clicked it one more time, it said compound path. If I want to change a stroke color, you might get this one. Let's pick, I don't know, let's pick a brown. We can change that stroke color here. And if you click on the word stroke, this also can adjust a line stroke. If you notice, it's kind of eating up the blue area. That's because it's aligning the stroke to the middle of the line or the outline of the typeface here. So we're actually going to go to this third one that says align stroke to outside. That's going to keep the middle of the font the same size regardless of how many points you add to this. If this is grayed out and it won't let you do this, that's a good indication that you're not on this compound path section, that you're still in group. So reminder, I clicked on it and then I double clicked on it, then I clicked on it again. That's how I got in here. So I hit stroke and I was able to adjust my align stroke. You can also change corners if corners are weird. Notice how this fixed or rounded some of these edges, or this one will kind of just bevel them off depending on how you want this to look. Yes, you can adjust, you can click on any of these buttons to see what they do. We're going to add multiple strokes though, so this is going to be a little bit larger. Let's go, I don't know, 13 to start here. And then at the bottom of this window it says add new stroke. It's just going to make like a duplicate copy of this other one. We're going to make this, I don't know, maybe a little bit yellow kind of thing. If we go smaller, notice how that kind of brown gold color is now on the outside. If we go larger, it's going to overlap all of them. So that's kind of why it was important to have this as large as we possibly wanted it. So the largest one pretty much is on the bottom. So if you want gold on the inside, we'd have to adjust this a little bit. We can add more of that. So notice this duplicated this and made this down here. If I want this to be blue, we have a couple different strokes here. You also can drag these and move them if you want different stuff to happen. But do keep in mind you need the biggest one to be on the bottom. See how this is the 17, and then it goes 14, and then it goes 10. We need the biggest number here, the mediumest number here, the tiniest number here to be able to see all these. So this is going to be my my ligature decal with multiple strokes. And then let's actually make this one my 3D one. So I'm going to get out of this group mode thing here. I'm just going to double click outside. I shouldn't see anything at the top. I don't know if you noticed that I was in group here, and then when I clicked on it, I was in compound path on the group. So this is like I'm inside of a thing, I'm inside of that thing. But if I double click here, I'm back outside, I'm back out. With this one, I don't know, let's add the same blue here. Let's just do that. We're going to turn this one 3D. And I like to save before I mess with 3D because it could easily crash. So all of that can crash. I'm going to go to Effect, 3D Materials, and we're going to extrude bevel here. Watch it crash. All right, it did not do that. So I have this default base 3D text here. I can move this around to my heart's content. We can rotate, we can adjust, we can do many different things. I can adjust depth here. Twist, we don't want to do that, but we can make it twist. What else can we do? We can adjust bevel. I will warn you, clicking a bevel on here is a very, very easy way to crash Illustrator, but you know, as long as you saved, you're welcome to click that on. I'm not going to do it while we do this video though. There's also some other rotation things. If you don't like this little like slider thing, you can do this just with the menu system. So you can kind of decide the depth of different things you want. I don't know if you've noticed this already, but the stroke is going to be this kind of depth thing. If you just have one fill color, you're not going to get the kind of two color 3D material thing. You can also go into materials up here and add one of them. These are going to look a little bit weird, but check this out. This is going to go over the entire surface. And this is, of course, natural crocodile. And you can adjust some things on the natural crocodile as well. Just give them a chance to load the roughness of the crocodile. It loaded a little bit. The variation of that roughness. And it's loading. I also have a light on here, so I'm able to add some light. And we are gonna adjust intensity, and a little bit of other ambient light things. So your job is to check out some 3D. Again, that was Effect 3D Materials, and I went to Extrude and Bevel. And then I'm also going to try to make one of these with multiple strokes. All right. That should be it. Enjoy your time. I like this assignment a lot. See ya.